All right. Good morning, everybody. Thanks for being to the September Leitchfield Tourism Commission meeting. We'll start the meeting off by introducing our visitors, the Scare on the Square folks. Going to tell us a little bit about what's going on here in a few weeks, if you would, please.
Hello.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning.
So this is our first year having our full event.
Who are you?
My name is Chelsea Lashley.
Okay.
My mom works here. She looks a lot like me in case.
Look familiar.
Anyway, I get that. So this is our first year hosting the event since COVID hit. We have had around nearly 60 people interested in being a vendor.
Great.
We have over 30 as of now for sure coming. That's craft booths, food trucks, all that. Our outreach on social media has been great this year. We couldn't be happier with that, being the big break that we've had.
Good.
So it's going good.
Good. It was always a huge event. We're glad you're back.
Yes, we're glad you're bringing it back this year.
Well, we appreciate everyone's help from
Yeah.
the city and all that this year too.
Yeah.
How many years does this make for you guys? I
We've
remember
been doing
Nick,
it
y'all came to us first.
Yeah, we've been doing it since 2015.
Yeah.
Of course, it started in my little music shop, and then we
Okay.
did the quarter of the square, and then
Just kept growing.
started doing the full square. So yeah,
It's an awesome event. What's the date of it again?
Friday, October 13th.
Okay. Friday the 13th. Even better.
I have been
thank
reading
you.
about some really
That's kinda
interesting
fitting.
bands and
Friday the
activities that are going to
13th.
happen. Can you tell us anything about that?
For our entertainment, we have a magician coming. He is from out of town. He's going to be doing a little show for everyone. We have a local musician, and Nick can tell you more about the
oh sure.
bands.
Jordan Grant's going to play. She
Mhm.
plays at
Yeah.
a lot of events here, and also Funk and Blues, which really great band that plays all over the state. They're going to play basically the end of the night. They're going to play the last 2 hours. And they play all kinds of music, and then we're going to have our costume contest that we're kind of known for. We'll do that, and we're just going to have just a lot of entertainment options for different people. Just try to make it fun, bring it back to where we had it. The last 2 years, we have kind of partnered with East Maine, doing kind of still having the costume contest while we're trying to get back to where we're going to be this year, where we're having the full square. But we're looking forward to making it happen this year. So.
Yeah.
Nick, what's the time on that? When's
Oh,
it
this
start?
It's 5 to 10 this
5
year.
to 10, okay.
Are you having the dog thing again, dog costumes, or
No,
is it too late for
not
them?
this year, and you know, we definitely welcome that for next year. But
Yeah, probably needs to be during daylight hours.
I believe the animal shelter, and I believe they are coming to be vendors and
Set up a
still-
booth,
Mhm.
yeah, well, good.
Yeah.
Okay, well, unless you guys have more questions, we are so excited to be able to help sponsor and that the event's
Yes.
coming back in full force. And we would love to have the commission present you with a check.
Okay.
We need to come around and do that.
Where do you want us to stand for this big check?
You guys want to all come up?
Only if you tell us to.
I'll stand up by you. Yeah.
It was good. We're gonna move this back a little bit so I can get a big picture.
Yeah, let me. Thank you all. I wish we had 15 other functions like that. Help celebrate the season a little bit.
Gets everybody out. Yeah.
Kind of fitting they're having it on Friday the 13th.
Perfect.
church one time had a Halloween celebration on Friday last night. My grandmother said, what in the world is going on? You young people? Really? Grandma, what did have they do with it?
All right, we'll continue moving on. We need to review the minutes from August. If you haven't had a chance to do that, please do so now. Entertain any questions or comments. If there are none, we'll take a motion to approve those minutes.
I'll make a motion.
Joyce first. Second. Anthony, second. All in favor, sign of aye.
Aye.
All right, so moved. Financial reports.
Matter, but I have sent everything to Jeff, so hopefully he will be able to start on the audit a little bit earlier this
Good.
year and maybe get you all some audits. I'm hoping this year my goal is to have it all done and finalized before December 31st. Of course, he has to come in. I've sent everything to him. I think he said he's planning on starting around the 1st of October. He'll have to get in here and, you know, he usually spends a month or two in here and then he goes back to his office and writes everything up. So I'm thinking sometime in December we should have some, hopefully as long as everything goes well.
Good deal.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Are there any questions or comments on the financial report? Hearing none, we'll take a motion to approve.
So move.
Lindell first.
Second.
Make it second. Kelly, all in favor, sign of aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? So moved. All right. Moving on to old business. Elsa?
Okay, we did have a Zoom meeting with the retail coach last week. Was it last week, and they just sent the report this morning, because we always ask for an update that I can give to you guys in writing. Everyone should have a copy of that.
Is that what this is?
It is, yes. Mayor Miller has been working with some local contacts here on a couple of those projects. Of course, a lot of this material we really can't say publicly.
Understood. But there is progress being made, so that's always good.
There is, and I will keep you posted on any additional information.
All right.
In your packets, you should have a copy of the mountain workshop ceremony that'll be coming up. That is on Thursday, October 26th. We will have we have already invited, we just sent it out this week, all of the participants, and there are 31 with pictures. The books will be in, the pictures will be in. Jim and Carla Wynn will be emceeing the event. And then,
All right.
yes, you are. And then, of course, we'll have refreshments. I want to make, if you guys could come, that would be great, and we'll invite council and magistrates and elected officials.
And what hour, when does that start?
4 to 7
4 to
at the
7.
Center on Main. Okay. I am just going to keep going, and
Yeah,
you guys
I bet.
stop me. Halloween Safe Spot will be on October 31st. We have purchased the candy, and we share a space with the Chamber, Grayson County Tourism, and Parks and Rec. Christmas in the Park is Friday, December 1st, starting at 5 p.m. We have confirmed that Wilkie and Lawler will be able to participate again, and we have a great Santa this year. Tammy is working on the displays, and if you can come out, that would be a really good event to come to and support. Christmas on the Square is the very next day. That will start with the parade at 4. That will lead up to the courthouse, and the courthouse will be shut down. So from 5 to 8, we'll have the event on the Square with vendors, Santa, music.
Looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Being
and
later.
That's continuing to grow each year. That leads us to Parks and Rec, and Tammy has provided her notes. If you have any questions, anything you'd like for her to elaborate on.
Let's,
Tammy, have you got any more food trucks in the park?
A lot of them have already been booked. The high school band was going to be at Walmart, but they're considering relocating to the park that day for us. So right now I have 2 local vendors, Chase's Dogs and More, and then Tiny's Barbecue.
Okay,
So I think it's a good start, just to see how it goes. I mean, both of them are pretty popular. The only complaint that I had was for example, Chase, he has specialty hot dogs, and when somebody comes in to sell $2 hot dogs versus his hot dogs, it kind of puts him out of business. So I promised them when they contacted me that I'd try to make it where it's not like multiple trucks that sell the exact same thing.
That's what we're gonna
Right.
do.
It's good to have a variety, so that's good. Thank you.
Let's talk a little bit about the pickleball court. Sounds like that may have changed a little bit since our last meeting.
We haven't any confirmation on the location.
Okay?
I personally think that firefighters would be the best location because we already have bathrooms and parking, and it will fit there. It's just we have to get confirmation that it's agreeable with city council. Because if we put it over at by the transfer station, we're gonna have to install a parking lot, eventually we're gonna have to install bathrooms. Can't expect
Right.
people to go out there and run around and not be able to use the restroom, so,
Right.
I think it's just our best option in the long run.
And it's in the center of the population too, so it makes some
Exactly.
sense.
Okay.
Exactly.
Where in the park are you thinking?
Towards the end, on the, to the right of the smaller, so it'd be right in front of the parking lot.
I was running over there the other day and a woman came up and said, "Where's the pickleball?" I was like, "Well, I don't think it's gonna be here." I think, so we had a whole conversation.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
a thought.
She was excited about it being there.
Yeah, I think it's a great location, once it's in the park and it's something that we already maintain. So I think it would be a great location for it. And like I said, we already have the parking, so we don't have to add anything.
I really hope that works out because I think that's a much better location for it than the one that we had previously thought
I can
about.
say I've had a lot of calls of people asking me if we are going to install pickleball courts. Somebody just moved in here from, I want to say, Georgia, and she'd asked me, wanted to find out if we had any pickleball courts in the area.
I will say I get asked more about that than I do anything. I mean, it's constant.
Yeah.
People want to know.
Yes.
So, no, we need to get them
Ryan, let me
done.
speak to that. I toured with Wes and Denny when we first looked at the pickleball court location, and I had some reservations about that location. Particularly, it was going to be really close to the residences on White Street, probably less than maybe 100 feet from all those houses. And pickleball does make quite a bit of noise when they go click, 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 click on the courts. And I also had some concerns about it being that close to the old landfill. Maybe if we had an odor problem somewhere down the road that we couldn't foresee. So I would certainly urge the council to look strongly at going to the firefighters park area. I think it would be a great location. But wherever we put it, I think it would be successful.
I agree.
Would it still be 2 courts?
It's, actually, I thought it was four
Four.
courts.
It's
Four courts.
The other one was 4, too.
Yeah, it'd be 4 courts. Yeah. They went out and, Scotty and I think Harold they went out there and measured it themselves to make sure that it would fit.
When we looked at it, it's on the south end of the farm, and, if you're standing there looking at it, there's one Airbnb's that Charlie Elmore owns there, I think Scotty owns it now. Right here, over on this side is, the daycare, the old Jehovah's Witness church. So there's really one house down here really that would be affected. We could plant some trees or something, to make it ease some of the sound down. We just thought that was a better place overall, you know, for the whole.
You know, I was
I
kind of looking
agree.
at
I
this
agree.
morning when I was walking the dogs and trying to figure out where the best place, and that seemed to be the most logical place.
The other end of it was kind of stayed wet, that's the reason we, both end of it stays damp down there, so. We've got plans to fix that too, but we didn't want to deal with that in the pickleball
Yeah.
issue too.
Great.
Thank you, that sounds great.
Any other questions for Tammy?
No?
All right. Move on.
This is actually supposed to be the financials, but anyway. So tourism, you know, they pay 45% of part of the salary of the assistants. And I started doing that in a monthly reimbursement, so you'll notice on your financial reports, instead of it being quarterly or half a year, it used to be
Mhm.
half a year. So you would be like, all of a sudden, you'd have a real big spike in your salaries and labor. So I started doing it monthly, that way you all can really see a true monthly expense on your salaries and labor. So I just wanted to point that out, if I just pointed it out
No,
I
that's
noticed
great.
that, and I like that better, Sabrina. Thank you.
Yeah, better.
The one thing I have here is, as you see in my first comment, that the city council had agreed to take that $10,000 for resealing and put it towards a truck for Terry. Of course, that truck has since been sold. I wanted to know if there was a possibility of getting the approval of you guys paying the difference for that truck if one comes available.
I mean, how much is the difference? I mean, how much are you asking?
I'm keeping up, yeah, the truck was for 23, so I told him I wouldn't go any high, wouldn't be able to go any higher than that. If I could get lower, it would be better, but,
23,000 or 2,300?
yeah, it was 23,000, so it would be 13,000.
Because the truck he's driving now is worth about 23.
Yeah, yeah,
Maybe.
that's on a good day.
We talked about this some last time. Did we determine if we were to do it, where we would get that money from? Isn't there miscellaneous or? Did we talk about that, Sabrina? I don't remember now.
I don't think we got that far with
We
it.
did discuss it.
We did, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think we tabled it until we got approval from city council.
Should Tammy maybe bring that back to the table when she has an exact amount on an additional vehicle?
I think so.
Right, it's
Okay.
hard to say
Yeah.
Yeah.
yes or
I think
no
so.
until we know exactly how much
I
money
agree.
we're dealing with here.
Sabrina, we can amortize that under equipment, can we?
Yeah, it would be, but where the money would be,
The miscellaneous.
you could use, you all put some under miscellaneous other expense, so basically if you all chose to do that, we can move money from there up without having to amend the budget.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, find the exact truck you think you need.
Okay, I appreciate it.
I have no other old business unless someone on the table.
All right, on the new business then.
Okay, we have been working on the gospel concert series for 2024, and I met with Dennis Cook. He has some great prospects for the next season. I have requested that he keep it on a Friday night that we have East Main. That just helps with
Right.
stage setup, overtime, everything. So he is working with the dates of June and August on the second or the fourth Friday night. And then I spoke with Darren and Dee Dee Whiteley, and they are working with the months of May and September. So I will keep you guys posted.
Now, none of those dates won't conflict with the Opry, will it?
No,
I
you
do
lied.
not believe, but I will triple check. Because
Okay.
that was a request. They are the third Friday night, I
Okay.
believe. But I will triple check that.
Okay, thank you.
And then we'll try to stay within, I'll keep you guys posted on the exact budget numbers, but if we stay within the same budget as we do East Main, that should be under 10,000 per
Mm-hmm.
event. And that would be everything, the band, advertising.
I thought the
expenses.
attendance for those were really good and seemed
so
like there
good.
was a lot of good feedback, so it's great.
Yeah.
Okay, promotional items, we are thinking about the Louisville Boat Show that happens in January, so I have gone on and placed orders. This year, we're gonna do chip clips, can koozies, bags, can lids, and then we always have our chapstick that people seem to love. On
Everybody loves our
other-
chapstick, by the way.
In your packet, you should have some information on photographs with a price breakdown. I know that we brought this up in the past, but I thought it was worthy of bringing up again. In the Guide to Grayson County book, we do give thousands of those out, really, at our trade shows. And other entities are in there showing their boards. And I think it would be great if you guys were represented with a professional photo. If you're interested in doing this, the prices are listed.
So do we need to, what do we do, Brian? We need to make a
That's what I was
motion?
sitting
or-
here trying to figure out. Do we need, I don't know where that would fall in the budget, honestly. Would there be advertising, maybe?
Promotional and advertising.
Yeah, promotional and advertising.
Do we have a budget line item for magazines and periodicals and stuff that could slide in there?
Yeah, Sabrina thought that it could go under promotional and advertising.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, Michelle does a very good job, and I agree that we do need a good group picture at times to do so.
No, I agree. I mean, I don't think we really need a motion to do that. We just need to come up with a plan, don't we? So when to meet?
You can do either way. It's in there, so
It's in
if
there.
everybody's in agreement, you don't have to do an emotion, but it's up to y'all. If
We'll
you
take a
wanna.
motion.
I'll move.
Okay, all in favor? Harold, second. All in favor, sign of aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right. So we need to get that done. I don't know how we're gonna work the logistics of that out.
I mean, couldn't we just do it?
After a meeting,
After next month, maybe?
Yeah.
I will get with Michelle's schedule and see if she
Check
can do
her
it.
schedule.
See what she's got.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. Leadership Grayson County, and you also have that in your packet. Applications are being accepted for the 2024 year. They are due by November 1st. As presidential sponsorships, we get one free. I wanted to triple check to see if anyone on the commission was interested in being in that. If not, I would like to go through it. I've been through it. It was $19.99, so I do feel like some things have changed. But
Yeah, probably.
I want you guys to have the opportunity first if you have not been through the program.
Well, I highly urge anyone that has not gone through leadership to do so, because I went through it in 2014, and I loved every minute of it. So it's very beneficial.
It's a good experience.
It is.
Sure
And
is.
I want to speak to
Yeah.
that program too. Back, I'm assuming maybe like Jimmy Connor, y'all remember Jimmy Connor? He had a big meeting down at Golden Corral, and he invited all the people, movers and shakers, and said, where are we going to get our new leaders for our economy and our government in the coming future? And he spoke about a program like this, and from that, this leadership program has grown, and gosh, we got people that ready to step in all kinds of positions and know that our government's going to. And so I thought I'd like to, sometimes old people remember things, and I remember that being one of the things I thought that's really going. So Jimmy got that started years and years ago, and it's gone just great gangbusters, and people rejoice and so on. And
I might talk to you more about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
I had lived here all my life, and I was just amazed at the stuff that I learned each month. It was, I highly recommend it.
Denny Fentress came by to see me yesterday, and they have a historical walking tour scheduled for October 15th. And he has requested, really just to update you guys, that they use our golf cart and our portable speaker when they have that event, and to invite you to come.
What time is that, Elsa?
I will triple check, Lori. I didn't ask, I mean, I'm thinking 5, but I want to triple check myself. And I'll send that out to everyone here too.
Yeah.
That is all I have.
Any other new business?
No,
Not, we'll take a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion.
Joyce? Second. Anthony, all in favor, sign of aye.